Hi everyone, a very good evening from India, and I'm very happy to have with me Mobin, okay, from Middle East, Dubai to be more precise, and happy and honored because Mobin comes with, if you can show Mobin your slide, okay, introductory slide. So Mobin comes with a a vast experience in of project management, and the first time I met him, I instantly connected with him, uh, giving his knowledge about project management. And he has worked extensively in this field, handling a PMO operations, a service delivery. He was head of project management office, corporate excellence at IBM, and served some top-notch companies in his career. He is coming and giving us and sharing some bit of his knowledge about the relevance of project management and the business landscape. I'm also keen to hear his views on the thing, and I'm happy to see a lot of people joining to hear Mobin. Okay, I'm looking forward to that. So, without taking any more single second as well, I hand over to Mobin, and Mobin, the stage is yours. Thank you so much, Mobin, for this webinar. Go ahead.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you, my friends, you might be in any time zone of the world. It's a very exciting small engagement that we will have for an hour, where I will tell you about what is project management from my perspective. And then we will see how relevant is it today, tomorrow, and how is it different from other functional areas that we have in the organization. Having said so, I'm reminded of a girl who was very curious about what to do in life, and she could not make any head and tail of what was going on. There was a very clever chef, and he was known for his amazing innovative cuisines. So she asked her father one day, "Dad, I'm lost. I don't know what to do in life, why I exist." Then his dad, being very clever, he accosted her to the kitchen, and then he told her, "Let's put 3 pots on 3 gas stoves and put water on it. And on one stove, in one pot, his dad put some pebbles. The other pot, he put some potatoes. The other pot, he put some um, grain of coffee. Then, after a period of time, when the water started boiling, he asked his daughter girl, boiling for quite some time and find out what is the difference. She said, "Pebbles or pebbles, nothing has happened. And while as potatoes have become soft, I could peel them off, but the coffee has disappeared. It has gelled with the water. Now the water is full of aroma." Now, upon seeing the excitement of his daughter, the father said, "Look, my dear, this is life. This is what you want to do with life. It's your decision. Do you want to be as staid as a pebble? Times come and go, you remain as is. Grain that goes into this water and the aroma is all around. This is no longer water, now it's coffee." So this analogy also is true for us, because we need to decide what to do. Why do we exist? We might be having our own small, big businesses, going to offices, working in some other capacity, but so once said that your present is because of your past and his future is because of present. So present is very important. We need to know where we are today. Why I'm saying this? Because I want to relate it with the profession of project management. What is project management today and what it will be tomorrow? We know what it has done in okay. Now, if you see the definition of project management, it's relative to different uh, project management guides, frameworks. There are so many different frameworks, so they all have their own definitions of project management. Now, do we see projects? Have we seen any result of a project in our lives? Say yes. Pyramids of Giza. No one knows how they were built. So strong, so robust, so accurate. Every Olympic game now and then gets off. It's because of proper project management. Great Wall of China, our great Taj Mahal, even a small children's book, story book, is a result of proper process, proper dedication, proper discipline. Apollo 13, man landing on the moon, all of these are projects. So, which means we have seen a lot of these around us. But do we know what exactly is project management? And it was in early and mid 20th century then project management was taken into from the other functional areas and created as a profession, as a discipline. Now, there are many definitions, as I said, but predominantly North America is more PMI based. So I would only relate to PMI from a definitions perspective. It is nothing, I don't have anything against Prince2, IPMA. There are many other bodies of project management, all do the same thing. But since predominantly PMI prevails in this part of the world, and all of us look at PMI as the beacon to management, help us up. So I have taken PMI definitions. Now, a project is a temporary endeavor which has a definite beginning and an end. So organizations take this journey to create a unique product or a service which they have not been used to before because they want to achieve their goals. Now, how do they want to achieve their goals? We will reach that in a very short journey and understand why do organizations undertake projects. So this project could be either a product in itself, a service in itself, or it could be an enhancement of a defect in any organization wants to get certified against any standard. Any regulatory frameworks wants organization to get compliant against. So they undertake a project because this is a unique endeavor which has a definite start and an end. It's temporary. Temporary doesn't mean it's short. Ways end. And project management overall as an umbrella is the application of knowledge, what you know, what people in project management team, project management discipline know, their skills. How do they translate this knowledge into the real world? And the tools and techniques used. And they apply these tools and techniques to project activities so that the project requirements are met.
Mobin, sorry to interrupt you. I guess you need to turn off your video so that the connection would be a little more stronger. We are losing you in between. Thank you.
Okay. One second. Is it fine?
This is fine. You can
The
go
video
up
is
the
off
slide.
now.
Yeah, this is fine. Thank you.
Okay. Now, having said that, definition of project and project management. Why do organizations exist? Basis of which it was created, because there was a goal and objective. That's why this organization was created. Now, broadly speaking, there are three types of organizations. One is for profit, which is a commercial organization, wherein the goal is to maximize the wealth of owners and provide services and goods to customers. And in turn, it also provides employment to its employees. The second type of organization is not for profit. Their aim is to work for betterment of the society, and they might or might not have an objective of profit making. For example, a welfare organization for the welfare of the people. And there might be corporate firms, social enterprises, public sector, vision 2030. Vision is to create a wonder drug, a wonder cancer drug by 2040. Vision is to capture the market, be number one. So all of this is done through strategic planning at the topmost layer of the organization. And then based on the vision, a mission statement is created, strategic objectives are created, and this framework is done across the organization. Now, these terms, strategic, tactical, operational, they have been imported from military strategies. There's a very small book by Sun Tzu, the great Chinese philosopher, wherein he strategic layer from an government perspective focuses on defining and supporting towards me how to offset USSR anywhere, and same was the case in both the levels. Now comes the next layer, which is the tactical layer of the organization. Here, the mid-level manager, the top guys of functional areas, they sit, and it's where the rubber meets the road. The tactical layer includes the business work activities, hands-on staff. It creates workflows, policies, procedures, and in war, the tactical level will translate to where to attack, how to maneuver, how to create advantage to be in contact or in proximity to the enemy. And then comes the last layer, which is the operations layer. It is to-do layer. It ensures that the lights are always on 24/7. And it also ensures consistency with the established plans, with strategic and tactical plans. So what is important in an organization? Organizations across the world, top 100, Fortune 500 companies, top 100 companies, local, global, we say top 10 Middle East companies, top 10 subcontinent companies. They are top 10 because they are always aligned. Their operations is aligned with strategy. Whatever the guys at operations level do, they have a fair idea of what this organization is there for, why it was created, what are our strategic goals. And the tactical guys in between, the middle managers, they always make sure that the metrics are set right, that the metrics are defined properly so that everyone understands. So it's all a collaboration. Nothing works in silos. It's all a collaboration, meaningful collaboration, aligning yourself from top to bottom and ensuring that you meet organizational objectives. Having said these, now we understood what an organization at a broader level is, the type of organization it might be. Now, what does an organization do? I created strategic goals, tactical policies, operational metrics. Now, what do I do? Why do I do this? Because I want to alleviate myself. If you see this, this is from PIMBOK 6th edition. An organization cannot remain in the current state for long. And given today's technological disruption, organizations find it extremely difficult to stay in the status quo. If you see against time and business value, every organization aims to move from current state to future state. It might be they might want to either tangible or non-tangible. For example, intangible benefits, they might have monetary assets, more monetary assets they want to achieve, or they want to achieve a bigger market share. And from intangible elements, they want to have more goodwill from the organization. So they might from the society, that they want their brand to be recognized, they want to align with certain parts of society, depends upon what kind of missions have. So company always is in a state of the predict organize you to security. Things are changing, run at very fast pace, and change is the only constant. Now, for some projects, when the company or the organization wants to alleviate its status from current to the future state, what it does, it creates projects. And these projects are nothing, but they are a fallout of the strategic planning. Then in the middle layer, tactical managers, they create portfolios and programs will have lots of projects. So the least denominator to gauge and to make sure that organization is aligned from top to bottom is a project. So there might be a state where organizations move into transition state from current to transition state, then remain there for some time, then go to the future state. But at the end, the only purpose of organization to exist is to move to the future desired state. Now, if you see the project initiation context, now organizational leaders, the top guys, they initiate projects in response to factors. There are factors that act upon organization. Organization is not, it cannot, it's not insulated. It works in an environment, and there are factors that influence upon the organization. So these are the most common four factors that organizations are always impacted by. Either they have to meet regulatory or social requirements, they cannot live alone. Then what they do, they initiate a project. Stakeholder requests a change, requests a new product, requests a new service, they initiate a project. They want to create, improve, fix their products, move into a new market, they create a project. They want to to implement a change in business because of technological advances, because of market dynamics, a project is created. Now, if you see, when a project is created, it could be either of those, because of those four fundamental principles. Now, here I have just elaborated a bit more. Market needs an iPhone. It no longer needs Nokia. Start a project, create a design, because this was the vision of Steve Jobs. He could see there was a gap. People wanted something new. Business wants to go Uber, create a platform, create disruption. Customer request, customer wants a hybrid car or an electric car, create a new service, create a product. Technology, everyone is moving to cloud. I also have to move to cloud. Initiate a project. Legal, I'm in an environment where I'm in a location where the environment laws are very stringent. For example, I'm a chemical manufacturing company or I'm an electronics goods company. I have to make sure that the disposal of my waste has to be taken care of. So for that, I have to initiate a project. I have to get legal understand the legal underpinnings of that place, touch base with stakeholders, key stakeholders in the government, in the legal environment, and find out what needs to be done. Or it could be pure ecological. My my establishment is impacting ecology, environment. So then I need to fix that, create a project. Now, once the project is started, then it has to end, because we said it is temporary. It's not going to be there forever. So how does it end? It would end when its need is met. Yes, I qualify that I say all the benefits which were outlined have been realized. The end stakeholder accepts, yes, everything is done as per planned, need is met, I close a project. There could be a reason that this need cannot be met. I have gone above the line in terms of budget, in terms of schedule, and it does not make, there's no fixing it. I cannot have any kind of corrective actions to fix it. The project is terminated. We have often seen that contract terminations happen between organizations. This is why it happens. Third, the project has taken so long that the need no longer exists because competition is moving ahead. The product that I was envisioning to release in the market no longer will serve any purpose to the end user. So the projects are stopped. So this is in a summary the drivers, the factors that lead to creation of a project and how the projects are closed. Now let's see, there are different aspects to projects closure, projects initiation. That's all technical. We're not going that there. So here I have taken an example of a simple publication of a book or a manual. Like it's planned and the project is planned with the all stakeholders. The project manager understands what to do. He creates whatever planning he has, budget estimation, goes to executive team. They do the approval. They say, yes, this is in budget, this makes sense. And he plans with his team, goes to writer, editor, translation, and finally deliver to the customer. This is an example of a very simple, clean project. And why this was taken? Because they wanted a publication to be released. So the organization has elevated itself from being at a position where they were not entering this market because they did not have this product. Now they have entered a virgin market, maybe a children's book, storybook, or a textbook, or any other publication. Now, since we are talking about project management and vis-a-vis the business landscape, so we need to understand, now what do I need? I know project management. wow, it is there, and it's making the organizations go around the clock, and it's where the action happens. So what do I do now? Can I stay still where I am today, irrespective of which functional area I work in? I could be a certified project manager. I could be a project manager who is not certified. I could be someone who is not decided to do, because if you see the skill gaps which are available in the market today, they are widening because of digitalization. Old jobs are becoming redundant. There will be many more jobs available, millions of jobs available, but are we skilled to take those jobs on? The gap is widening. The emerging technologies rapidly introduce so many jobs across the globe. It was predicted by Gartner last year that 70% of employees have not mastered the skills they need for the job today. And many HR leaders of these big organizations a good project manager. Now, as I said, there's only one word which is constantly coming to us, just hitting us face, is unpredictability. I don't have any surety, 100% surety about my kind of role being available tomorrow. Now, clever upskilling. Now, when I want to upskill, I should not upskill just for the sake of it. It requires your guts. It requires your clever upskilling, because that will allow you to accumulate a variety of skills. It's not only you are upskilling into one functional area. Now, when I talk about project management, it gives you a holistic skill set in different areas. You can map your skill set across different areas inside an organization. The best employees, they say, are the ones who create value for their companies. How do you create values? If you are there. Like workers who upskill, if I once I have to upskill. Why? Because I want to future proof my career. I want to see what lies ahead. All this disruption, technology, business dynamics, the world is shrinking, and what do I do? How do I future proof my career? So I need to upskill. Why? Because I will exhibit very strong problem solving abilities, a higher level of productivity, a higher performance. And when I develop my skills in a chosen field, it could be anything. Now I will have access to more wider market. I'll make myself more valuable to the future employees, to the future employers. And I could even also sit back and create something of my own because I have the skills. Once I upskill, I also open myself to multiple opportunities across. You discover new passions when you come into project management. It is very passionate. You meet inspiring people. You can meet people who you have never dreamt of being in close proximity. You can learn the various aspects of this beautiful profession. And when I say clever upskilling, means you go for a bite-sized learning. It is not you sit down and make a roadmap, do 20 certifications in 4 months and say, I'm ready. No, it has to be bite-sized, it has to be continuous. Only that prevails. And employers are now very, very careful about hiring someone who has cross-functional skill set. And also soft skills are very, very much in demand because they have a longer shelf life and they deserve special attention. So your bite-sized learning, project management, start small, grow. There's endless growth in this field. Now, cross-functional skills, project manager touch bases every aspect of organization. No functional area escapes the attention or the handshake of a project manager. Soft skills, project manager has to have inbuilt leadership skills. do I ask myself, am I comfortable in my current zone? Do I need to upskill myself? I'm reminded of a person. He was just traversing a small field inside a wild park, and he could see very big mammoths, elephants. They were tied to very small ropes, and those ropes were not at the other end tied anywhere else. They were just left hanging, and the caretaker was just having a gala time. He was smoking cigarette and he was just singing. And this guy went to this caretaker and saying, "How come these are still? These elephants are still. They're not moving. They could easily trample you and go and leave." He said, "Look, my friend, when they were small, I tied the same rope to their feet, and it has been with them since their childhood. So they are conditioned. This is fair. We are tied to some inherent inherent incapability of ours, inherent fear and within ours that we cannot do it. We can very well do it. We have to leave our comfort zone. First, we have to understand what is our comfort zone and which skill do I need to develop. Now, if I see a project manager, you would have seen a project manager in an organization, a bossy type of guy, all the time talking, getting reports, but this has changed. This no longer will work. This no longer is working. And after that, we said, okay, project managers have to collaborate. Listen to the customer. You no longer create your plans sitting in a big cubicle with 3 4 guys around and decide how to drive the project. It doesn't happen. So a project manager, that's why it is a very niche skill. It's a very sought after skill. A person has to have all these characteristics to be a good project manager. Now 90% of global senior executives, they have ranked project management as either critical or very important to successfully deliver organization strategies. This survey is from Economist 2019. Now, McKinsey says the delivery of business outcomes is realized through the success of projects, and in essence, that is why project management strategies drive organizational success. Right? This is a very recent survey from McKinsey. Now, what does a project manager do? Like he is always balancing these triple constraints: time, cost, and scope. Any delta shift in any of these constraints has an impact on the other constraints. So it's not easy. Having said that, you need to be skilled to understand the organization top to bottom, organization strategy, organizational tactics, organization how your client works. Everything has to be, holistic to you. You should understand the big picture. That is when your team will see you as a leader. That is when your team will open up to you with their problems. That is when you will be talked about in the community. That is when you lots of opportunities either within your organization or outside of your organization, because you know the tricks of trade. Now, what is the importance of project management? We talked about project manager. Now, project management, like, it ensures Strategic alignment. We said that when an organization creates strategy, this is what they have to do. This is what existing. Now, everything that has been planned at that layer has to be aligned right till the bottom. The projects are nothing but vehicles to deliver strategy. So what does again project management do? It brings leadership and direction to projects because you are a leader, you're not a manager. And you ensure that proper expectations are met. What has to be delivered, when and how much. That's how you make sure that your planning is realistic. You ensure that quality of whatever is being delivered is delivered at the right time. You ensure that right people do the right thing at the right time. And also project management will ensure that project progress is tracked. It's an orderly process. Someone there will have an oversight. It could be your project director, your PMO, nomenclature doesn't matter. It also makes sure that you have your subject matter expertise for project management and you have subject matter expertise from different functional areas all aligned with a common purpose and with a common goal. So 90%, as I said, of the senior executives said that project management is the vehicle to drive success. And this is one of those functional areas where it is mandatory, it's very important that you document, you learn, you use success and failure from your past and your present. Like there's in project management something called as lessons learned. Every phase ends with a closure. You document lessons learned. Very simple. What right? Can we further improve it? What second sentence? What went wrong? Could it have been avoided? Third sentence. What could we do in future to alleviate ourselves? Now, now we know that what it takes to upskill. Why is project now? Well, it has to be based with some concrete statistics. It should be based with some concrete data, wherein I understand, yes, this is what I need to do. This is what has been already researched. Data is available. This is why organizations want this kind of skill set. So let's go and see whatever we have realized into reality. Now, demand for project managers, for project practitioners is always there. So the ideal skill set as defined by PMI has to have a combination of these three skill sets: technical project management, strategic and business management, and leadership. Now, when we talk about technical project management, what does it mean? Do I need to be an engineer? I'm not an engineer. How do I go? How do I become a project manager? No, it doesn't mean that. Technical project management is defining the skill to effectively apply your project management knowledge to deliver the desired outcomes of your projects. For my project, what is the schedule? What are the financials involved? How do I manage risk? And how do I report? How do I talk to other stakeholders? How do I tailor my project management life cycle, either a traditional or agile life cycle, depending upon what kind of project lifespan you are in, and what are the methods. So it all is about knowing project management. Technical project management means knowing the trade, understanding exactly what is there, what should I do, what am I supposed to do as a project manager. Now, when we talk about strategic management, it's quite big, it's quite Yes, it is heavy because you are supposed to know this. You are supposed to know the big picture. You are supposed to explain to others the essential business aspects of this project. You are supposed to articulate in very simple and clear way to your team, to your stakeholders, what is this project for? You should be able to communicate strategy. You should know how to deal with partners, collaborators, suppliers, or your client. Then leadership skills. It involves your soft skills, ability to guide and motivate. That comes only after you have sound project management skills. You understand the organization in a holistic manner, and then you articulate that to your team. So then you will have the ability to guide, motivate, direct your team. You should have capabilities like negotiation. Now, earlier days we would say negotiation. Now we say collaboration. Negotiation is win and lose. Collaboration is win and win. And agile, we say collaboration over negotiation. Then you should have built-in resilience to make sure that anything that might go wrong can be adjusted, can be fixed. So you should have you should be able to communicate. You should have strong problem solving skills, critical thinking. Interest are counted, but they are not numbers. You have to be very careful. Now let's see project management job growth from from a recent report as recent as 2017 from PMI. It says that across the globe there is a widening gap between employers' need for skilled project management workers. We don't say project management workers, we say skilled project management workers. And the availability of these professionals to fill these roles is widening. As opportunities are growing, much of the talent is reaching roles. It could be project manager, program manager, portfolio manager. You have documentation control, project analyst, PMO analyst, all of these. You know, the talent gap result in a potential loss of 207.9 billion in GDP for 11 countries that were analyzed by PMI. I will show you what are those countries. Before, let's go into this slide. It says leading sectors. Where do you have the growth? 17% in healthcare sector. It was before COVID. Now it would be, I believe, more than 30%. Manufacturing, 9.7% 9.7 million availability of jobs. Information services, 5.5 million. Finance insurance, 4.6 million. Oil and gas, 49,000. Now, because it's less, they're moving towards non-carbon way of commuting. Utilities, 279,000. Management professional services, 1.7 million. These are those management consultants, know that. Now, the global economy has become more project oriented. Why? Because of things are happening in very short durations, and in very short durations, you have to make sure whatever you deliver, whatever you transition, it has to be fit for purpose, it has to be quality, it has to have everything inside. How do you manage to tailor your all thoughts, your skill sets, whatever you have, to create this small iteration or increment that we say, and make sure that you are ahead of competition? You have the first movers advantage. It will not happen in chaos. It has to have a structure. It has to have a discipline. And where does the discipline come from? It comes from project management. Globe has shrunk. There are so many handshakes between continents. Information systems. That's what all we understood in computers. It was reporting, reporting, reporting. Gone are the days, right? Now, technology, information technology is the backbone of an organization. It no longer is seen as a facilitator. Organizations who still see it as a facilitator suffer. Now, these are the 11 countries that were surveyed: China, State, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. Now, demand is high for practitioners with a necessary mix of competencies. It's not a project manager alone. Now, if you are a project manager now, if you want to, you need to upskill yourself to have this mix of competencies. No technical, leadership, understand business management, and have hone yourself from a soft skill perspective. This data, we don't know, and I have not seen any latest from PMI what could be impact on this data, how skewed this data will be, but it is jobs in project-oriented industries from 2017 till 2027. Definitely, it will grow. The results would be at the higher side, because now everyone has understood the need for we are in change, continuous change. Project management is very crucial and most sought after profession. We saw it. Certified project managers will always be in demand, because PMP or Prince 2 or IPMA certification earlier was desirable. Now, if you see any job opportunity, they don't talk about PMP. They go to level that they would say agile, they would say PGMP, disciplined agile, right? Which is PMI's agile project management. So this PMP is by default of project management. By default, you have to have Prince 2, PMP, or any equally credentialated certification. Now, ProThoughts, they have ProThoughts have different modes of delivery. It's corporate training, which is in-person training, or online training, you being anywhere in the world. We also have e-learning courses available. The participant can choose what time and what pace to cover their training. We can also provide public workshops, as part of classroom trainings. And this is a glimpse of the ProThoughts portfolio: classroom trainings, online trainings, e-learn, corporate training, project management software. We also provide consulting services, and we have very rich content validated by industry experts. And also we do have a bookstore if you want to the contact details. Now, these are the different kind of premium trainings provided by ProThoughts. It's all PMI-based trainings, PMP, PGMP, ACP, and again, disciplined agile and other agile courses. And this is the information on your screen, wherein you can use the email and phone to get in touch with us.
Hey, thank you, Mobin. I think that was a wonderful presentation, and okay, I think it was awesome. So all of you who want to have questions, they can drop a mail at info@prothoughts.co.in. Okay, thank you once again, Mobin, for your valuable time, and it was enriching for all of us. Thank you so much.